They always said I'm wrong, but what they doing today? I think they want me gone, but I ain't going away. They told me I was wrong, but look at my ass today. Da 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 da.
So if you're a Hornets fan at this point, you don't even want to buy a jersey. First you bought a Chris Paul jersey, he's gone. Then you buy an Anthony Davis New Orleans Hornets jersey, and no, he's not going, but the name, the Hornets, it sounds like that name will be gone after this season. What's going on, guys? I'm Tim Kelly. This is The Real Sports Talk, presented by TheRealSportsTalk.com. Thank you for tuning in. The New Orleans Hornets will only be the New Orleans Hornets, it sounds like, for the remainder of this NBA season. New owner Tom Benson, who bought the team in the offseason, also owns the New Orleans Saints. It sounds like he has decided to change the name. We know that they had considered the names the New Orleans Brass and the New Orleans Crayway, and I really don't even know what Crayway means, to be quite honest with you. But they considered those two names, and instead of just sticking with the Hornets, they decided to go with the fiercest bird of them all, the New Orleans Pelicans. I mean, that name just strikes fear into opponents. Quite honestly, I can't even believe that someone thinks that this is a good idea. The New Orleans Hornets, that's a good name. I know that it's not original. I know that Hornets might technically not be the most relevant name to New Orleans, but Lakers isn't a relevant name to Los Angeles either. When they moved the team from Minnesota, they didn't change the name. So this move, they moved this team, 10 years ago now. I believe this is the 11th year the Hornets are in New Orleans. I don't understand why you're changing it. He buys the team, Tom Benson, and he names it now after the official bird of Louisiana, the Pelican. And it's not that I have an issue with naming things after birds, although that seems like it's more of a football thing. But there's a point where you say, hey, there's nothing wrong with the name. I mean, the Hornets have sick jerseys. The Hornet is a sick logo. Everything about the Hornet, I like the Hornet. Apparently Tom Benson didn't, but they're going to now change the name to the Pelicans. I mean, I told a few people this. I posted on Twitter. People were laughing. People didn't believe me. When I first saw it, I thought it was a joke. I'm thinking, what's the date? Is this April 1st? And then I look it up on Google, and the articles come up from SI and ESPN and CBS that this is actually legit, that they're likely changing the name to the New Orleans Pelicans in 2014. Now, this has ramifications for more than just the Hornets. It sounds like the Charlotte Bobcats, who were once the Charlotte Hornets, in my very early days watching the NBA, they were the Charlotte Hornets. They are now the Charlotte. In 2000, I believe, they lost their team. 2004, Charlotte got a team back, got the number 1 pick, drafted Emeka Okafor, and they've had a pretty miserable existence. Michael Jordan is the owner now, but when the team originally came into the NBA, I believe their owner's name was Bob. So they named the team the Bobcats. Now that Michael Jordan's just the owner, they just have the Cats on the jersey. Now, they haven't changed the name to the Charlotte Cats, because that sounds like an arena football team. But the Charlotte Bobcats is not what's on their jersey anymore. They have new jerseys that say Cats. For those of you who have been watching the Bobcats, who've already equaled their win total from last year. Michael Jordan appears like he is interested in naming the team, or taking the team's name back to the Charlotte Hornets, which is what they were when he played in his career. Jordan said this to the Charlotte Observer: "It's definitely an interest down the road, but right now it's the New Orleans Hornets. We definitely entertain the opportunity. That's as much as I can say right now. We've heard the community ask this question, and we would listen." I don't think it's a bad idea to go back to the Charlotte Hornets, but I think there's almost like a period where you need to wait like 5 or 10 years before you can do it. You can't have a team called the Hornets, have them get rid of the name and trade the name to another team. It just doesn't work like that. You need to give it some time. They aren't being relocated to Charlotte. They're just changing their name in New Orleans. So it really wouldn't make sense to change the name originally. Down the road, is changing the name back to the Hornets a good, okay idea? It's a decent idea. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would go back to the name that they already were and then the team moved away. I like the name the Hornets. I like the logo. I'm just not sure I would do it in that city. But the Bobcats is certainly not a name that I would hesitate from changing. It's a terrible name. I mean, there's really nothing to it. The color scheme does not work for that team, and really nothing works for that team. But I think it would be a good marketing thing. Changing the name to just something different, whether it's the Hornets or something else, is a good idea. In Charlotte, in New Orleans, Tom Benson has set on his ways. He is changing the New Orleans Hornets to the New Orleans Pelicans in 2014. I cannot wait to see the logo for this team and how they try and make a Pelican look fierce. Hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/TheRealSportsTalk, Twitter.com @CashKelly_TRST. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys later.
Just a little ways around the corner from fear. Be there.